With E3 almost here, in this video, we're going to be looking at 10 gigantic games that'll probably be announced at the big show. Let's get right into this. A new Wolfenstein game. Wolfenstein: The New Order and The Old Blood were two great single-player first-person shooters. They had solid stories, engaging characters, and unlike a lot of first-person shooter campaigns, they had a good amount of content. A new game known as Wolfenstein: The New Colossus is expected to come soon, and an announcement at the Bethesda press conference makes a lot of sense. Bethesda marketing executive teased the game back in February, saying Machine Games has been hard at work on something which I can tell you I have played. It is effing bananas. Hopefully we see the new Colossus at E3. Starfield. Another game from Bethesda, however this is a brand new IP known as Starfield. A sci-fi open world game in the same vein of Fallout. Rumor has it that Starfield takes place in the Fallout universe in the far future. However, other rumors have also pointed towards the game being set in the Elder Scrolls universe but in the far future. The name Starfield was trademarked by ZeniMax years ago. This one may be a bit of a reach, but a new open world game that isn't Fallout or Elder Scrolls has a lot of potential, especially coming from Bethesda. Let's hope it comes to fruition. A new From Software game. From is best known for their work on the Souls games. While we know that chapter has concluded for now, however, a Bloodborne 2 is still something that could happen. We just want to know what their next game is, whether it be Bloodborne 2 or not. Although that would be a very nice title to see. However, a new Armored Core game would also be really cool, or even a brand new IP. Whatever it is, let's hope we see it at E3. Sucker Punch's next game. Sucker Punch is one of the Sony studios that doesn't get as much credit as they deserve. They did the excellent Sly Cooper games on PS2 as well as Infamous on PS3. Their latest title, Infamous Second Son, was good, but you could tell that they were just scratching the surface of what they could with the PS4. Maybe they're doing a new Infamous game, maybe a brand new IP. They've been absent for a while, and it's about time we learn what the talented studio is working on. A new Splinter Cell game. Splinter Cell is a franchise that has been absent for a while, however E3 could mark a change in that. A new application from Ubisoft has surfaced showing that the studio has re-registered a new license for the brand. Rumors of a new Splinter Cell title have been going on dating back to last year. Another rumor is that longtime Sam Fisher voice actor Michael Ironside will be back. Splinter Cell Blacklist was a really good game. Now with the PS4 and Xbox One out, it'll be interesting to see the series transition to those consoles. Bully 2. Bully was a great game released all the way back in 2006. Rumors of a sequel had been circulating for years, but maybe this year it'll finally happen. Game Informer had a listing up for a game, Bully 2 Kevin's Back Jack. Game Informer later said that this was an error and they have nothing to say about a sequel to Bully, but obviously if they did let the cat out of the bag, they'll try to backstep from it as best as they can. We've been wanting a Bully sequel for a while. Let's hope it finally happens at E3. Visceral Star Wars game. We know that EA has been hard at work on a multitude of Star Wars titles. So far we've seen Star Wars Battlefront. We know Star Wars Battlefront 2 is on the way. However, those are primarily multiplayer titles. Visceral Games, the guys behind Dead Space, are working on a single-player focused Star Wars title. We saw a glimpse of it last year, but there's still a lot of mystery surrounding this game. We should see an official reveal at EA's E3 press conference.
You need the guidance of someone like Doug Chang to show you the way.
One of the great joys of working with Amy is she is like a film director in many ways, because she is telling her story and I'm helping to realize her world.
Borderlands 3. Gearbox has made a name for themselves with Borderlands, but the last game, Borderlands the pre-sequel, was a lot more of the same, so the idea of a Borderlands 3 now built for the PS4 and Xbox One ground up is a very exciting premise. We know that Gearbox is working on the game, but we have yet to see an official reveal. It's very possible that'll come at E3, let's hope so.
Right in front of those barrels there. And our artists and designers and set lighters can affect the lighting and the intensity and the radius of these lights, and we can dynamically affect the scene in real time or set it up in advance exactly the way we want it to make it look right. One of the cool things about this, if we take this one step further though, is we can have these lights actually corrupt, distort, and affect those shadow maps, those crosshatches and those highlights that I was talking about. So here's a case where the lighting is actually corrupting and distorting the shadow maps. If you go to the black and white.
The Avengers project by Square Enix. We know that Square Enix and Marvel have announced a multi-game partnership, and that partnership kicks off with an Avengers project. We saw a brief teaser trailer that was revealed on their Twitter page, but it didn't really give us much to go on. That happened all the way back in January, so chances are at E3 we'll see something with a bit more of substance. This should come at the Square Enix press conference.
We'll always need heroes.
Finally, The Evil Within 2. The Evil Within was a quality horror game. It had great elements, and while it faltered in some of the story aspects, there was a lot more good than bad. A sequel for the game has been rumored for a while, specifically from several job listings. Great horror games are few and far between, and a sequel for The Evil Within seems likely for the Bethesda press conference. So that wraps up 10 big games that will probably be announced at E3. What do you think? Which games are you looking forward to see at E3? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.